Months ago, the FBI confirming the remains discovered in northwest Wyoming are that of Gabby Petito, whose death has officially been ruled a homicide, as now federal, state, and local authorities all come together to solve once and for all, where is Brian Laundrie? Hey there, folks. JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now. Great to have back on here. Hit on your sides. Justin Shecker here with us at WFLA News Channel 8. This is the news that so many of us have been fearing now for so many days, as after, of course, we told you about a body matching the description of Gabby Petito was discovered in northwest Wyoming, not only today, tonight, this evening here on the East Coast, and of course to our viewers watching around the world, not only can we share that it is in fact Gabby Petito's remains that were discovered in northwest Wyoming, we now have this officially ruled and determined to be by the FBI in Denver a homicide investigation. We're going to talk a lot here about Brian Laundrie, what changes now, if anything changes here as far as the search efforts here for Brian Laundrie. But first, Justin, you're processing this new information here just as I am, and what sticks out to you here about what we just learned from the FBI in Denver?
Again, the FBI releasing this press release just moments ago confirming that the Teton County Coroner Dr. Brent Blue confirmed the remains found over the weekend on Sunday are those of Gabrielle Venora Petito, born March 19th, 1999. Like you mentioned, JB, this death has been ruled a homicide, but the cause of death remains pending final autopsy results. So at this point, we do not know exactly how she was killed, but the medical examiner of the FBI now saying this is a homicide investigation.
It is, and for everyone asking when are we going to learn the cause of death, it could take some time before we have preliminary autopsy results, but the autopsy being conducted today in Grand Teton County, as Justin has been talking about. So at first and foremost here, as the process would go, confirming the identity of the deceased, we do have that confirmation. It is in fact 22-year-old Gabby Petito. A heartbreaking news here, folks, but news that we, of course, learned about when the FBI had their press conference the other night, and of course when they told the world that they had informed the Petito family of the news. We, of course, we know that a process has to be followed here as far as identifying the remains here, but really the big takeaway, of course, is here that that we now have a homicide investigation that has been launched. The FBI is now leading this investigation, a criminal investigation that is currently underway as to determining the what exactly happened to Gabby Petito. And we're going to talk here in a moment about the search efforts here. What else, really quickly, let's just continue to go through here. This is the release here from the U.S. Department of Justice and the FBI here, Denver. So what else sticks out to you as we comb through this document here?
We know, Justin? JB, that the public has played a huge role in this investigation. We know she was reported missing on September 11th. And 8 days later, JB, they located, we now know her body in that camping area in Wyoming. The FBI is still seeking information from anyone who utilized the Spread Creek dispersed camping area between the dates of August 27th and 30th, those who may have had contact with Gabby Petito or Brian Laundrie. So again, JB, the FBI is still seeking help from the public, anyone who may have been in that camping area in late August, to come forward with tips or information to push this investigation further. We can't say enough about so many people who've been sharing tips and helping this investigation, JB, but again, the FBI is still seeking tips from the public.
I'm going to read this paragraph here. The forensic search has concluded of the Spread Creek dispersed camping area, and law enforcement has released the area. The FBI is seeking information from anyone who utilized the Spread Creek dispersed camping area between the dates of August 27th and August 30th of 2021, who may have had contact with Ms. Petito or Mr. Laundrie, or who may have seen their vehicle. The Spread Creek dispersed camping area is located within the Bridger-Teton National Forest on the east boundary of Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. And reading here the quote here from FBI Denver Special Agent in Charge Michael Schneider. The FBI's commitment to justice is at the forefront of each and every investigation. The FBI and our partners remain dedicated to ensuring anyone responsible for or complicit in Ms. Petito's death is held accountable for their actions. Mr. Brian Laundrie has been named a person of interest. Anyone with information concerning Mr. Laundrie's role in this matter or his current whereabouts should contact the FBI. Brian Laundrie at this time, folks, is still there's going to be folks here that are seemingly in disbelief based on all the comments that I've been reading now over the last week. There are going to be folks that cannot believe this fact. But right now, still at this time, Brian Laundrie is a person of interest in this case. The reason that Brian Laundrie is a person of interest and not a suspect is because while they continue this process as far as the autopsy, their investigation in Northwest Wyoming, at this time, this would, of course, what this screams to me is that we have no evidence to charge Mr. Laundrie, Brian Laundrie, with a crime. They have no evidence, no grounds to upgrade him from person of interest to suspect. They have Gabby's remains. Yeah. The process is now going to continue. They know that it's her. They know that she died of homicide. But as far as then connecting the next dot as to how she died, the cause of death, and who played a role in her death, we're just not there yet at this stage of where we are, Justin, in this investigation.
I also want to read, JB, this came out a little bit earlier today, but this was a statement from the attorney for Gabby's parents, the Petito and Schmidt families. He said, "I want to personally thank the press and news media for giving the Petito and Schmidt family time to grieve. We're making a statement when Gabby is home. I will contact you to arrange a time and location." So that was a statement earlier today from Gabby's family. Again, of course, they received this awful news, JB, on Sunday. And I just think back to my interview last week with her father, Joseph Petito. What he told me last Tuesday, a week ago, was he was going to hold on to hope that she was just lost somewhere out there without her phone, off the grid, until he was told otherwise. And JB, we know sadly the FBI made that call on Sunday. The body was found, and now 2 days later the coroner confirming those remains are those of the young woman you see on the screen there from that body camera video in Utah, 22-year-old Gabby Petito.
Let's make this very clear here, folks. What we're going to do here is we're going to activate the Share to Help banner here on the bottom of your screen. Shares here can still help. This has now officially been upgraded to a homicide investigation. Any and all shares on social media. I believe that we have in our system here what is the visual that we have here that was just dropped into our system here, Justin? It's a visual, the updated visual here.
The FBI did put out a new poster in which they do refer to her as a homicide victim. I know the main website remains tips.fbi.gov. By phone, 1-800-CALL-FBI or 303-629-7171. I believe that's a Denver number, the 303 area code. They also have a dedicated line for digital media that is fbi.gov/Petito. Again, we should have all this information on WFLA.com in our app to submit this. And I did just tweet also, the poster, JB, is on my Twitter page, WFLA Justin. So the new poster is out. They are still seeking information from anyone who is in the park area there, east of Grand Teton in Bridger Teton National Forest from August 27th to August 30th. So again, people might go back, check their videos, and that's the poster right there, JB, again, referring to Miss Petito as the homicide victim. Again, you see on the screen there in the middle is that white Ford van, which we learned from the search warrant, JB, that Brian Laundrie returned to Florida about 10:30 a.m., returned to Northport on September 1st in that van, which was taken from his parents' home. And then you also have, there's the map showing the area where they're highlighting where Miss Petito's body was found. They're still seeking information for those who visited that part of the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in Bridger Teton National Forest.
We do now have the shot up here in the center of your screen. This is the
new poster, yep.
Yep, the poster here, folks. And let's see if we can just kind of take a little bit of a closer look at it here, Justin. Seeking information, Gabrielle Petito, homicide victim. It hurts to say, but homicide victim. Bridger Teton National Park, August 2021. There you see one of the many pictures that we've been seeing of Gabby Petito there on the left side of your screen. Middle of the screen, the van. Right side of the screen, the map of the area. Date of birth, March 19th, 1999. Blonde hair, 5'5", female, American. Place of birth, Long Island, New York. Blue eyes, 110 pounds, white. Scars and marks. Petito had visible tattoos on her hand and forearm, and of course there are details then here below. I
can't think, JB, enough cannot be said. Within 8 days of this investigation beginning, they were able to locate her body, JB. Her and Brian had crossed the country, stopped at so many national parks, in Colorado. We've talked a lot about the incident in Utah with the police report there, then to end up in Wyoming. And just imagine all these tips from the public that helped investigators put this puzzle together to find this young woman's body out there in the forest. Just 8 days, JB, after a concerned mother made that call to police in New York, launching this nationwide search and investigation.
Let's get to some of the comments and questions that are coming in here. What we do on WFLA Now, our commenters by